Hello everyone, my name is Omar Nembang and I am presenting my empirical article video post for PSY 544 Advanced Psychology of Criminal Investigation at Arizona State University. Today I will be discussing an empirical article titled False Confession Causes, Consequences, and Implication for Reform by Saul Kassin, published in 2014 in Policy Insights from the Behavioral and Brain Science. The main resource questions explored in this article is what psychological factors contribute to false confessions and how we can implement reforms to prevent them. Kassin looks at both individual vulnerabilities and interrogation techniques that increase the likelihood of innocent people confessing to crimes they did not commit. This topic is critically important because false confessions are a leading cause of wrongful convictions. According to organizations like Innocence Project, nearly 30% of DNA based exoneration involved a false confession. Since juries tend to trust confessions even when they conflict with DNA or live evidence, this issue has major implications for justice. The methodology used in this article is primarily a comprehensive literature review. Cousins draws on decades of experimental and field research that examines how false confessions occurs and why they matter. He also reviews high-profile legal cases such as the Central Park Five and Brandon Daisy to illustrate how these patterns play out in real-world investigations. Finally, the article integrates psychological theory with policy analysis to identify both the cognitive processes behind false confession and the legal reforms necessary to prevent them. Key findings show that young people, individuals with intellectual disabilities, and those with mental illness are particularly vulnerable. Interrogation methods like prolonged isolation, the use of false evidence, and the tactic of minimization, where officers imply leniency, can all pressure innocent people into falsely confessing. Cousins also found that police officers are generally not good at distinguishing between true and false confessions. Once a full confession is obtained, confirmation bias kicks in. Officers may ignore other evidence like DNA and alias. Tragically, courts and juries still often convict based solely on the confessions. The article offers several important implications for policy and practice. First, it strongly recommends the videotaping of full interrogations from start to finish, not just the confession itself. This ensures transparency and helps courts evaluate the context in which a confession was obtained. Second, it emphasizes the need to reform police interrogations training. Coercive tactics like false evidence, ploys, and minimization should be banned. Officers should be trained in non confrontational and evidence based methods. Finally, Kashin argues that judges and jurors need education about the psychology of false confessions. Understanding how these confessions occurs can help prevent wrongful convictions. In conclusion, false confessions are not random events. They are predictable and preventable. This article emphasizes the need for systematic reform that promotes accuracy and protects the innocent. Thank you for listening and watching. If you have any questions or thoughts about the research, feel free to share them below or in the Yellow discussions thread. Thank you.